From WPRI 12, this is Eyewitness News live at 5. Coverage you can count on.
Of Rhode Island's 9/11 victims for a wreath-laying ceremony at the State House. One of several remembrances across the Ocean State today. Our in-depth coverage continues with Eyewitness News reporter Walt Buteau. He joins us live now with the Providence Mobile Newsroom.
We begin in a tunnel that connects Water Place Park to the rest of Providence. This is the Wall of Hope. And these are the tiles written and created by the family members of the Rhode Islanders and the Massachusetts residents lost in the 9/11 attacks. They're outlined by these white tiles. And you may walk through here and not read them, but the family members would like you to do just that. Tonight they gathered at the State House to remember the day that changed their lives forever. Michelle Murphy helped lay a wreath in front of the State House 9/11 memorial with thoughts of the day she lost her little sister still very fresh.
Not a day goes by that we forget, but it's just, you know, September 11th just kind of makes you relive it, you know.
Renee Newell was headed to Las Vegas on American Airlines Flight 11, the first plane to hit the towers. Headed to Las Vegas on American Airlines Flight 11, the first plane to hit the towers. Was headed to Las Vegas on American Airlines Flight 11, the first plane to hit the towers. 6 years later, back here in Rhode Island, the songs, the poems,
purchase in the soul,
the prayers,
and grant us peace,
are important to all the victims' loved ones here in Rhode Island and everywhere. But as some wiped away tears, Murphy told us as a nation we need to do more to remember the attack and what it means every day, not just on this one.
We as families just don't want anyone to ever forget what happened or forget our loved ones.
As you look at the nation, do you think we do forget sometimes?
Yes, I do. I really do.
And as we remember that day, we have one more piece of video we want to show you, a piece of video that we shot up at the State House. Let's take a look at that right now. This flag will fly over the State House, and Rhode Island will be the first state in the nation to fly the flag. This is an anti-terrorism flag, the governor accepting that honor today at that ceremony. We'll have more on another ceremony tonight at 6 about another loved one of one of the 9/11 victims.
To thank Ron for taking charge and making sure that the residents across this great state, this great country, and really the world never forget the great tragedy that terrorism brings upon a nation. You know, 9/11 was our great day of reckoning. And all too often, you know, people in our country have short-term memories, and they forget why we went to war in Afghanistan and Iraq and other places across this world. And it's so we always remember the sacrifices that people made, and Ron has really done a great job by really putting forth this flag and his goal to fly it from all 50 states, from the capitals of all 50 states. And I'm happy to be marching in lockstep with him, and we're going to try and get this done in New York State with the help of our colleagues in the Assembly and the Senate. So hopefully next year when we come back here again to really celebrate the lives of those who were lost on 9/11, that we'll be able to fly this flag proudly.
I met Ron one day, came into my office in his Marine garb, and he said to me, we can make a difference. And he explained to me what the flag meant. And from that day forward, we have stood together to try to make the flag fly in different places so people can understand that not only people that died in war for this country, but the people that died on our own soil needed a flag in their honor. And that's why we're here today.
I lost my 26-year-old son, Matthew, in the first tower on the September 11 attacks. I've met Mr. James for the first time today, but I've met Mr. Sorensen previously at rallies for the sick workers who tried to save my son. This flag is very important to me because 42% of those who were killed are still missing, and there has been a lack of interest by our nation in getting these people found and returned for a proper and decent burial. So this flag represents to me those who are missing in this attack on our nation, and the fact that they cannot remain missing. They have to be the forefront of what we remember and what we do.
I'm a personal friend of Ronald Sorensen, and he asked me to be here today and to speak about my feelings about this wonderful flag. I think it's incredibly important that such recognition take place so that we can help to avoid future attacks on our country. Without preserving our borders and securing our country, we're in jeopardy of losing our freedom. It's that serious, and I feel very strongly about it. We have to protect the legacy and foundation of this country for our children. God bless the United States of America.
I'm a survivor and rescue worker from the second tower. The flag means a lot because of all the victims that were not recovered, that they need to have a proper burial.
I'm an old-time friend of Ron James Sorensen, and we grew up together, Providence, in the Bronx, New York. And Ron, as a kid, was the tough guy from New York. We all went in the military, and it kind of straightened us out and gave us direction. And basically, I think that was the stay in the Marine Corps was the basis for Ron's patriotism and flag, for him dedicating his life to the flag in later years. He did so much for so many, for so long, that it grew on us. We became patriots also, and stalwarts to protect the flag. And that's gone on to this point after 9/11. Ron came up with this MIA OON flag. And it's just amazing that one person can do so much. That's basically Ronnie James Sorensen's his work and dedication to this notion of getting this, and it's something that we needed. It's filling a need, and who knows where it'll go from here. But again, it's proof of what one person can do, and God bless them, and God bless our nation, and I hope that this goes on to his expectations, which would be great. That's about all I have to say about this.